Hey guys, Silencio here. Welcome back for another BeyCAST episode where we talk about the latest information that the Japanese BeyTube has dropped upon us. And yes, before we begin, make sure you hit the like, share this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification icon, and let's get down to it. So first things first, we are talking about the 25th anniversary Beyblade set that's coming out in 2025. So this is not new information, but they finally gave us a full breakdown of what is included in the set itself. So first things first, we are taking a look at the box. So it's a black color, very stylish box following the Beyblade X Steam style with the black and the green, but of course this is just black and white or silver if that is your thing, and it's giving a very professional vibe in terms of design for the box. So once you open it up, you will see an illustration for the Beyblade protagonists of all four generations from the time that Beyblade started all the way up to Beyblade X right now. So you have seen all four main characters holding their variation of the Beyblades, but what you didn't know is the design of the Beyblade on the illustration itself is actually the Beyblade X variant of each of their bays. So yes, so this is a very interesting fact that they're adding into the illustrations. So what you are getting from the box is exactly what the main characters are holding. So let's talk about the main exciting thing about this set. Rubber XL. So first things first, for those of you who have played from the plastic generation or Bakuten Shoot, that era, you know that the rubber bits, or rather the rubber pieces that the Dragoon usually have, is very explosive. However, it was only explosive if you reverse the rubber tip on the bottom of the Beyblade. It means that instead of having the larger rubber piece inside of the rubber, the plastic piece itself for the bottom part, which is what we call the bit nowadays, you have it outside. So the tiny part that's sticking out of the nub is now in the hole from the bottom, and the larger rubber piece is at the bottom. So let me go and pull out my old Beyblade and let me try and show you. Okay, I am back with my old vintage plastic generation Beyblade. So this is what I used back in the day, and yes, I do not paste my stickers because I don't want to ruin the stickers on the Beyblades. So it looks cleaner like this as well. This is my personal preference. But anyway, so if you look at it, this is how I played it back in the day. So this is where the rubber piece actually kind of is inverted. So I'm gonna try pulling this out, okay, from the old Beyblade itself, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it would have normally been. Okay, so you have the nub placed in like this. So the hold is supposed to hold the rubber piece inside there, so if you guys can see, and then this tiny thing will protrude out from the bottom. So the thing is, this is what, let me see if I can show you. I don't know, it's so tiny. This is normally what you would use, this tiny little nub at the bottom. This is what you would normally use to play originally with the Beyblade itself. It's so small. So if you had played it in its original fashion, this would have no stamina and you basically spin 2 or 3 times around the stadium and you're done. So it's a bit difficult to play with a Beyblade X in this kind of style, considering that rubber loses a lot more stamina with friction from the rubber piece itself. So even though, yes, now Beyblade X has increased the surface area for rubber XL, you definitely will know that rubber is still not ideal when it comes to playing for stamina. So I am guaranteed that rubber XL will not be a viable offensive blade bit, but it is very effective to smack an opponent out. That is if opponent is lined up for the over finish, the extreme finishes they are trying to do. But back in the day, plastic generation, we only had knockout of the stadium or stamina spin finish. That's it. There were no burst gimmicks, nothing like that. So I don't think Rubber XL would work as an offensive bit in this modern age of Beyblade X. So leave your thoughts about Rubber XL in the comment section down below. We will see how it behaves when we finally get it, but definitely I don't think it will be a meta bit itself. The design shape is pretty unique. It has a bit of like a cup holder design, so anyways, let's talk about it when it eventually comes out. But yeah, my old plastic generation Beyblade. How cool is this? So yeah, if you didn't know, there were some limited edition stuff back then as well. So transparent Beyblades with transparent launchers. Very, very cool. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, let's talk about the next thing. The winder launcher or cord launcher in most of us in outside of Japan are calling it the cord launcher, but in Japan they call it the winder launcher. So yes, the winder launcher is finally getting its left spin variant. We have talked about this before in other forms of information before BeyCAST was even a thing. But yes, the main thing is actually that the Dragoon winder, alright, the Dragon winder, the Dragon cord, okay, the one that Takuya, I can't remember the main character's name, from Bakuten Shoot. If I remember, I'll put it there. So yeah, he uses a rather long cord for Dragoon, and his handle is a very unique design. They call it the Dragon Grip. So yes, it's coming out with the set. Like I mentioned previously when this announcement came about, I don't know if you guys would want to buy the set, break it up just to use the cord launcher. I assume they probably might have a regular sale version, just that this one is the 25th anniversary version and it comes with nice looking stickers. We'll talk about that later, so who knows. Anyways, if you guys are interested to maybe buy the set just to use it because the Dragon winder is longer than the regular black cord version, it is one thing you can consider, but from the way that this thing is being pre-ordered right now, I would think otherwise. So let's talk about all the stuff inside the set first before let's talk about the pre-order situation. Alright, so first things first, sticker sheet is provided, and the sticker sheet will cover all 4 Beyblade generation Beyblades, so that you can actually manually paste on the bit pieces like back in the old days, like the plastic generation where you can actually paste your own bits, and hence why I don't have mine pasted. Which is cool because it hurts me when I use a Beyblade and I see the sticker gets wrecked. It hurts very badly. Exactly how I feel now about metal coat. So guys, for me, if you can see from the upcoming El Drago video, you will know I will never paste my stickers on Beyblades that I will use. But okay, each their own, right? Alright, so next thing, let's talk about the stickers being used to cover up certain portions of the Beyblades that are inside the set. So the thing about the Dragoon, right, it has gaps in between the blades. So in the plastic generation, the plastic pieces are the ones that fight the other Beyblades. But Beyblade X, everything is metal that makes contact. So what they did was they kind of shortened the plastic pieces that what Dragoon normally has onto the metal pieces that looks like the weight disc of Dragoon itself, but actually it's actually the attacking blade. So there are gaps in between the plastic pieces and the center portion plastic piece, because I think they are trying to prevent the plastic pieces from cracking due to the impacts of metal bits. So like how they create gaps in concrete flooring so that weather doesn't, you know, cause it to crack. So that's the theory behind it. So anyways, the stickers are there to cover up those gaps to make it look as if it's a one single piece itself. So that's pretty nice of them to consider this fact, especially for those of us who are buying these sets and trying to collect them to display them. So wonderful stuff for the collectors. Alright, so let's move on to Beyblade Burst. Okay, we do have like Storm Pegasus and all this, but for me, like I mentioned, I never came from Metal Fight, I never came from Burst era, so I was only in Plastic Generation, then I jumped straight into Beyblade X. So Storm Pegasus, I have no relatable nostalgia to it. However, it is the Beyblade that actually influenced the design of Aero Pegasus. And having used Aero Pegasus, I can definitely see that Aero Pegasus, or rather Storm Pegasus, has its main character potential, just like how Cobalt Drake is designed after Dragoon. So that's pretty cool. And of course, the next Rare Get Battle Beyblade that's going to replace Aero Pegasus in the future is going to have a design after Victory Valkyrie. So that's very, very cool. Looking forward to that because I've actually watched the Beyblade Burst anime on Netflix recently, and I can kind of relate how exciting Burst era is, but it's chunky era plus very colorful. And that's one of the main reasons why I never got into Beyblade Burst, because it just looks very kiddish. But anyways, yeah, so the interesting thing about all these three main Beyblades, Dragoon, Storm Pegasus, Victory Valkyrie, they are all having the rubber XL bit. The ratchets are pretty much what we have seen before. We have 260 on the Victory Valkyrie, then we have, I think, was a 370 on the Storm Pegasus. Nothing new, nothing fantastic. It's just that we've seen all these parts before. It's just that the blades are reimagination of main character blades for Beyblade X era. Okay, so let's talk about Victory Valkyrie, because apparently there is something that they did for Burst era fans that is kind of nostalgic for them, I guess. So under the metal portion or the weight disc on the Burst era Beyblades, there are star symbols, like 1 star to 4 stars. I think it's like some kind of like level up system or like something like that. I'm not too sure. I never came from the era, but they did mention about it. So they did have that star metal logo printed onto the Beyblade blades itself, to reenact as if like it's from the Burst era weight disc. So that's pretty cool, a very small little nostalgic factor for those who were from the Burst era. And of course, the last but not least, we have the umpteenth time on reprints for Dren Sword. We have so many Dren Sword reprints. We had that the budget version of Dren Sword that came with the white launcher that nobody uses in Japan, but apparently it's the main launcher for the Hasbro side or America side stuff. Americans, what do you think? And somehow they have recently implemented some rules that only the small tiny launcher should be used for Beyblade X in America rather than the big black chunky ones that we use in Japan and Asia. It's the opposite in the other parts of the world. Why Hasbro? Anyways, let's talk about the thing that comes different with this particular Dren Sword. So everything else is the same except the holographic sticker on Dren Sword. So yes, it's getting a holographic sticker, and the launcher that comes with is printed with the 25th anniversary labeling on the launcher in gold. It's not real gold, it's just gold paint. Instead of saying Beyblade X wider launcher, that kind of thing. So yeah, if this kind of small things excite you, I guess good for you. I don't need another variant of Dren Sword. There is like how many variants now? There's regular one, stadium set version, starter cheaper budget version, then there is also the G1, and now there is a Asia Cup Gold 1 million yen Dren Sword. How many variants of Dren Sword do we need? Oh my god. But anyways, yes. So within the sticker set that is given for the 4 Beyblades, there is also another sticker variant for Dransword, so you can paste over your nice looking holographic one, and this time around it says 25th through the dragon flame on the sticker. That is just, it's nice, but I wish that sticker was holographic. So it makes pasting over the holographic version less painful. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much it for this whole set. The Japan pre-order starts on the 11th of November, so another month away from now at 1 PM Japan time. So in Singapore, that will be 12 noon. On the 11th of November. The release of the product will be on Beyblade Day, which is 3, 2, 1, go shoot, which is 21st March 2025. So yeah, it doesn't make sense in English, you know, labeling of the calendar, but it's 20. So it's the third month, which is 3. Then the 21st, so 3, 2, 1. So if that makes sense to you guys, especially for those who are watching in the West. Yeah, so basically that's how the Japanese people read out their calendars, so that's how it goes. And it's retailing at 11,000 yen for those who are still not sure on the price of this 25th anniversary set. And yes, it's based on pre-orders. So what does that mean for us outside of Japan? So since it's pre-order, right, I don't know if the companies outside of Japan will also open up pre-orders for those of us in Asia. Considering that it might be a limited production, means they will only produce to the amount of pre-orders that was taken. So if you are looking to use the winder launcher or the cord launcher for Dragoon as your main launcher in all Beyblade X play from now on, that's gonna be a problem because you need to buy 2 sets in case one get wrecked. And there's limited production because of pre-order status. Guys, let's pray that Takara Tomy does release a regular variant of each of this crossover project base for regular usage, because it is going to be very expensive if you have to buy and pre-order these kind of limited edition sets and break open them just for use. I mean, you could always sell the illustration away for those who want just the illustration, but still, how much can you cover? Oh my god. Okay, talk to me guys in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. I appreciate the content. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We have the upcoming El Drago review and of course the Whale Wave review as well. I know it's slow because I'm following the release dates here in Singapore. Unfortunately, it's 2 to 3 weeks after Japan's launch. By the time you see El Drago and Whale Wave up on the channel, it's the release of Silver Wolf and the new Double Extreme Stadium. So that's why, for me, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all those of you who actually watch my content even though it's late to the game. I love you all. Anyways, I'm not joking. Yeah, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon to stay updated to all things Beyblade on my channel and anything more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, mata ne!